So my secretary was telling the truth then. Welcome back. I must say, I'm glad to see you here again. I was concerned when you canceled your last session. Even more so when you didn't reschedule. It's been nearly a month since I've seen you last. I appreciate your apology, but you don't need to worry. I understand that plans can change. Life can get hectic when you least expect it. What matters is that you're here now. Am I all right? Why wouldn't I be? I suppose I do look disheveled. I'm sorry about that. I've been a bit on edge these past few weeks. That isn't important, though. I'm much more concerned about you right now. Please, take a seat, or lie down if that's better. You seem anxious. Now that you're here, we can start making up for lost time. How have your sleep and productivity been? Were you able to locate the source of your earlier relapse? Is that why you stopped coming? You haven't wanted to work, and now you're barely sleeping at all. I'm sorry to hear that. I expected that might be the case, though. I must ask, why did you cancel so suddenly? Surely, you must have known that without a clear source, another relapse was inevitable. We're going to have to work hard to... I'm sorry. Did you just say you can't come here anymore? I don't understand. Did something happen? If it's a matter of insurance, you don't need to worry. My practice can work with practically any company. If it isn't insurance, then what is it? Don't tell me you think you're imposing. I've told you before, relying on yourself to overcome these problems isn't the answer. It's admirable, but you need professional guidance. Please sit down. You're upset and sleep deprived, and you're not thinking clearly. If something's bothering you, it's important that you let me know. I only want to help. Lemon drop. Normally, I wouldn't risk you falling and hurting yourself, but you haven't given me much of a choice, have you, love? It's fortunate that I added a fail-safe during our sessions. If I hadn't made it so that you'd come tell me if you ever tried to leave permanently, things would have gotten much more complicated. Even so, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't gotten a bit nervous at you staying away for so long. Trying to storm off like that. Such ugly outbursts don't suit you, love. Not at all. Seeing you so angry makes me sick. You're much better like this. Calm, quiet, obedient. Normally you don't give me any trouble. Why are you being so difficult all of a sudden? How silly of me. I'm asking you a question, love. What has you so agitated? You love me. And you've been afraid to tell me because you thought I'd reject you. So you decided you're better off cutting ties altogether. Of all the things to be worried about, my love, I would never tell you to stay away. On the contrary, there are days when I find it requires all of my self-control, not to hide you away and keep you to myself. That being said, knowing that you already love me so much that you doom yourself to misery rather than risk my rejection. The thought pleases me, I must admit. I didn't realize I'd already had such an impact on you. You really are beautiful in a trance, love. That glazed look in your eyes and the blank expression on your face suit you so well. You're dead to the world. The things I could do to you while you're like this, and you wouldn't remember a thing, would you? Unless, of course, I made too much of a mark. Speaking of remembering, I'd nearly forgotten. This is an order, love. That little outburst you had. Forget it. And while you're at it, forget this silly notion of not seeing me again. You know it already, but it bears repeating. You are mine. You know it, and you're happy knowing it. Every time you see me, leaving is harder and harder to bear. Staying away would hurt you far more than any rejection. But you know I wouldn't reject you. I won't push you to confess to me until you're ready, but you know in your heart that when you do, I'll accept you. Do you understand? Excellent. I've done you a disservice, love. You've put yourself through so much unnecessary heartache. Tell me, have you not been sleeping because the dreams I've given you have become painful? They were always meant to be pleasant, but if you feared rejection, I can only imagine how they might have hurt. I thought so, you poor thing. I'll make it up to you, I promise. You'll just have to be patient. Now that I've gotten you back, I don't want to scare you away again. I'll take my time making sure you're thinking how you should be. We'll be together soon. But for now, I'll settle for that. Next time, it won't just be on your forehead. Peach snaps. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. I was getting worried. You stood up too quickly and fainted. Clearly the lack of sleep caught up with you. Are you feeling all right? Any residual dizziness, headache? That's good. I never would have forgiven myself if you'd gotten hurt. It's lucky you landed on the couch instead of the floor. Please, don't apologize. It's my fault. I should have noticed how exhausted you were before I got so demanding with my questions. I didn't mean to upset you. I know you said you couldn't come here anymore, and although that's ultimately your decision, I do think it would be in your best interest to continue scheduling sessions. If you end up fainting like this in a public area, you could get hurt. Not to mention the effect it could have on your mental state. You don't need to make any hard decisions while you're so out of sorts. If you need time to think about it, I can wait. I don't want to cause you any unnecessary stress. In fact, if you're still tired, you could sleep here on the couch, just for a little while. I'm worried about you going home like this. Driving in your condition wouldn't be safe. I assure you, it's no trouble at all. I don't have any appointments for the rest of the day, and even if I did, at the moment you are my first priority. Rest, and once you're awake we can talk about any future visits. Please, you have no reason to thank me. I'm here to help. I'll fill out some paperwork I've been neglecting in the meantime, so rest easy. You aren't intruding in the slightest. Did you say something? I didn't quite catch that. Your face is turning red. What is it? You'll tell me when you wake up? I'm looking forward to it, love.